Hi, my name is Luke Thomas. I've been a member of New Bridges Church for the past few months. I started going there in about November. Before that, my childhood was pretty good. I was raised in a Christian family and went to church and all that kind of good, fun stuff. And then I got into sports and other things that kind of determined who I would hang out with a little bit more, being from a small town. And I was into skateboarding, and there wasn't too many kids that wanted to go to church and skateboard. So that kind of, the skateboarding thing was kind of a rebel deal. And I was, a rebel child and wanting to go out and do crazy things. So anyways, from there it just kind of snowballed into not going to church and staying up too late and going to parties with friends, and then of course when I hit 16 or 17, I think, is when it really got bad, and I started drinking every now and then, and then I'd go to parties, and college was just a mess because college was, I was doing what everybody else was doing and not paying attention to anything else. But the cool part about it is, being saved as a young kid, I always, still believed, even despite my behavior, that God was still after me. He still wanted me to come back to him, and I figured I would someday. I just didn't know when. And then time drug on, and when you go in the way of the world, everything seems right, even when it's horribly wrong. And about 5 years ago, I met my wife, and that started the changing process of everything. And she was from a Catholic family, so she'd take me to Catholic church every now and then. And our relationship really kind of evolved into, what am I going to do? What am I going to keep going this way, or am I going to change? And I worked too much. I wanted to get a shop after college and live in a shop and just build hot rods and build cool cars and stuff and learn. And so I did, and that kind of shaped me into a workaholic, and that's not very good for a marriage. So once it got really, really bad in between us, I called my mom, and my mom said, "Luke, you need Jesus." I said, "Yeah, I know, Mom." And I called her again, and she said it again months later, and I said, maybe now's the time. I was trying to quit smoking, I was trying to slow down on the drinking, I was trying to do all this other stuff, and that was just like, it all has to happen at once, and I just knew. I think the moment probably happened a long time ago. I was just running. I knew it, and I just didn't know when I was gonna change, and finally I just decided that it has to be now. There's no more waiting. There's no perfect time to do it. It's just do it now. The first step was going and seeing a counselor and trying to, mend the marriage, because the marriage was about ready to end. I'm, a baby Christian still, because I don't remember a whole lot from my childhood, but it's all, slowly coming back to me with going to taught by God and going to church and reading the Bible and things like that. I love the sermons that get taught on Sunday morning, and the one thing that really sticks with me is don't look for the living and the dead. That was my favorite one, because we all look for the living and the dead all the time. And when we remember that, possessions and things and, filling yourself full of work and all these meaningless goals go out the window, and you don't have to be attached to things. You don't have to. You can, see your family and see God, and be closer to them, and that's really what's important. You just got to know that everything's going to be better with God, because He is our Creator. He knows all. You wonder how something's made, and then you question, how did we come up with that? And then you go, wait a second, how did God come up with that? It's a little mechanical thing like a watch or something, and then you go, well, how did God make a tree? You can't, build a machine out of square parts and things that you can measure off of and build this tree that just does all these, limbs change and changes with the seasons, and that's proof. To me, that's proof right there that God is just incredible and can do so much for you.